This is part 3 of the Bob Feingold Mercedes-Benz 190E video, and this one we'll look underneath the front of the car at the bottom for the suspension. So here we are underneath the car from the bottom side. We'll take a look well up here in the engine. You can see his crankshaft position sensor that he's made, a variable reluctance sensor for that Ford EDIS ignition system. And then over here is the upside down power steering pump, and here's that hose that's going to the BMW reservoir up front. Okay, so now underneath here, here's a 28mm front sway bar. Looks like he scraped the ground a few times on this, so he's been driving kind of quickly. And then here's the sway bar bushing. This is a special bushing that he's made with a greasable fitting in here, so you can lubricate that. And then the mount here that he's made is, very one-off, very strong, custom-made front sway bar mount right here for the left side of the car and the right side of the car. And then also you can see underneath here that he's fitted the polyurethane lower control arm bushings there and there. And then also underneath here you can see the Yellow Speed Racing suspension system that he's mounted, that side and over there. Pick that up. And then also while we're underneath here, you can take a look that he's got some very large brakes. These are C32 AMG front discs, 345mm diameter, and then the C32 calipers. And so fitting those calipers was a little bit of a challenge. You can see how the line comes in from the bottom, and that is because on a Mercedes C32 the calipers are mounted ahead of the spindle, but on a 190E they're mounted behind, so you had to take the set of calipers, disassemble them, and mix parts and then put it back together, and then that's what you get so that you can fit it in there. It's a tight fit. Underneath these Evo 2 wheels, the 17-inch, 8¼ wide rims that he's fitted on here. And then also while we're underneath the front of the car, right here is one of the air to water heat exchangers for the intercooler system. So that intercooler in the intake manifold, it routes the water down here, and there's a radiator here with a 10-inch fan. And then he's got a thermostat that kicks in and will control that and cool the coolant temperature down for the intake manifold. So there's one of these on the left side and one on the right side. I'm not quite sure what kind of a vehicle he scavenged those from, but he's fitted them in there, and that's a pretty nice piece of work there, I'll say. It doesn't distract from the appearance of the car. You don't have any big vulgar intercooler in the front like you often see with a turbocharger. It's a very nice, tidy installation that he's made. And so that's about it underneath the bottom of the car here. Don't see anything else except this piece, which is a little bit of a mystery to me, but that's what you get sometimes when somebody passes away and there's still a work in progress. So that's it for the front of the car, and then in the next video we'll take a look at the rear suspension.